Heavy rain has been soaking BC's south coast, triggering evacuation orders, alerts, and a local state of emergency in the Fraser Valley. A flood warning is in effect for the Sumas River, including Washington State's Nooksack River. The CBC's Keir Junos is in Abbotsford, a city battered by the devastating floods of November 2021. Keir, first of all, what is the latest on evacuations there?
Dan, here in Abbotsford, it's just alerts so far, evacuation alerts for some folks living out here in the low-lying areas of the Sumas Prairie and also in Claiborne Village. The actual evacuation orders in the Fraser Valley are all the way out in Chilliwack at 8 properties near the Chilliwack River. And this is all because the Nooksack River, right, earlier today has spilled over and those water levels are rising. And that overflow, it's now at what's described as a minor flood level by the River Forecast Center but at Cedarville and Ferndale in Washington State, and it's expected to rise to about 150 feet. Now, the River Forecast Center says that's a level that we last saw during the November 2021 flood event in Cedarville, and a similar flow forecast as the 1990 flood event. Now, obviously, that's a very scary suggestion, but we've got to keep in mind there's a lot of different factors at play here, and we've reached out to officials about exactly what they mean by that. What I want you to listen to, what I want you to listen to here now is just before 4 p.m. the first flood sirens across the U.S. borderline in the city of Sumas. We heard those play over the air waves here just before 4 p.m. Of rain in the forecast, and the province's emergency management minister says that it's a very dynamic situation and folks need to be ready to leave their communities if they have to, if there is potential flooding. Here's Kelly Green.
There's stronger communication and coordination in place between communities, including Washington State. There are new monitoring stations installed on both sides of the border and new cameras installed on the Canadian side that are helping our teams get the most up-to-date information possible.
Dan, the rain's let up for a moment here, but the storm is expected to continue throughout Wednesday.
All right. Keir Junos reporting from Abbotsford. Keir, thanks very much. To Chilliwack now, as Keir mentioned, where an evacuation order has been issued for a handful of properties in the Chilliwack River Valley. The CBC's Jonna Bailon is there with the latest. Jonna, what are you hearing from officials?
Good evening, Dan. That's right. We've heard from officials that 8 properties on Wilson Road specifically are under an evacuation order, and 2 properties on Chilliwack Lake Road. Now, that's 2 properties on Chilliwack Lake Road specifically under an evacuation order, whereas there are also some properties on the same area, Chilliwack Lake Road, that are under evacuation alert. Officials are asking residents to be prepared to leave at any moment, at a moment's notice, essentially. So that's where we're at in terms of the latest on the evacuations. Dan?
And Jonna, how the people that you've spoken with in Chilliwack, how are people feeling there?
Yes, Dan, there are concerns among residents. As you know, Chilliwack was one of the communities hardest hit during the flooding in 2021. We spoke to an area director with the district who talked about a landslide that happened last night near Tamahai Bridge. Here's what she had to say.
Last night, there was a slide just east of Tamahai Bridge, and I talked to the road maintenance, and they said it was about 4 dump truck loads. It didn't hit the road, but it did hit the shoulder of the roads.
Now, Dan, we also spoke with the mayor of Chilliwack, Mayor Kevin Popov. He says he's feeling cautiously optimistic that the rain will stop, get lighter towards the end of tonight, but he also said that they're prepared. Here's what he had to say.
We are conducting hourly deck patrols. We've closed all the trails and parking lots near the Vetter River, which is obvious, like you need to do that. And who's going to go actually walking on those trails in this weather? But we've done all the precautions.
We've also heard of a road closure on Highway 7 just north of here due to some rocks reported on the road. Drivers are being asked to watch out for alerts on Drive BC. Back to you, Dan.
Jana Bailon reporting from Chilliwack. Jana, thanks very much.